Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can see there, Unimog. So I'm going to start. I wanted to build this for a little while. I just sprung on an idea today. I was just looking through my toolbox of cut off parts from vehicles. Starting to piece together a Unimog. That's this frame came off a truck, a mixed cement mixer. Top was broken. As you can see, it was playing with sand a lot. This is what's in mine. Well, is now. The motor works pretty well in it for traction wise. But I'm looking to make it into a Unimog type vehicle. I know that's nothing like what I'm going to end up with, but I even have a drawbar. I have this drawbar a long time, a little while, just sitting there in the box, and I'm thinking I could use that along with this chassis, and I could start using this cab. This cab will have to be taken apart because honestly it's too much like a truck cab. And it's for a cab forward. I want the cab to be back here, kind of with a bit of a snout on the front, or a bullnose front. So I'm just going to take this cab apart and then see where I'm at. So I've taken this cab apart. It didn't take too much, just a couple of bolts, and there's the front guard. I may use that if it goes to plan. I'll leave that one side. I like this base. Gonna use all this dash, use all the steering wheel and all this sort of stuff. But I can't use these mud guards because it doesn't sit properly too well on the truck. Even though it looks well there, it's just the way I'm looking for it. It's very bright. Now, I don't think I'll leave that. I'll cut it to size, and you can see now she's sitting pretty well. But actually, I wouldn't mind it having further back. I'll end up nearly cutting this whole front off, just above the windscreen, and adding a piece onto it. So it will sit lower, but it will incorporate what I want. And this is not going to be I'm going to modify this base as well. I'm going to split it along here, so I can extend it out to where I am going to have it. So stay tuned. Well, welcome back. I've been busy with this Unimog. I haven't split the base yet. I'm thinking I'll get the cab done first, and then I can extend the frame out and do something on the back of it. You can see the cab is a lot different now. I took out the windscreen. Don't worry, it's still intact. Of all the fittings, the light bar that goes over the roof, the little side mirrors, they're all I'm all going to use them again, and they're going to be all back on the cab once I get it painted. I'm thinking of putting this in a green or a red colour, just depends. I got a bit of the base front of the lorry, and I'm after gluing it onto the front for starters. I've cut off the front piece of the lorry, which is here. I took the nose grill out of it. The nose grill is over one side, and I'll go straight back in, and I can put anything on it. This slides in, just kind of sits in the way I want it. Well, it does. That's it there. And that's looking well for the moment. I'm not going to glue this on. I'm going to make this a single panel with the bonnet and the whole cab section, and they're going to be all painted separate, and then they're going to be finally sitted on. I had it sitting last night. I had it sitting up, and I had it glued on partially, but it was just way too high. I'm modelling it off the fast track, and the fast track was just way out of scale on it. I didn't like it. The way it was going, it was a bit too high up. Seats have been a lot different. Look, I cut it off in sections, and eventually just cut the hacksaw and cut it completely off, and even on the back as well. To bring it down to the right low, so it can sit nice, and it sits very comfortably there, along with the cab. And that's what I'm trying to go for. I'm going to modify this cab as well on the side mirrors and stuff to make them look more like what truck I'm modelling them off. Okay, so I got to fit sit now. It's not glued or anything, so if I touch it, it will collapse. That's what I'm kind of aiming for. Wise, you know. Well, I want it a bit further back, but I don't want a huge. Well, it is going to be slightly further back. Yep, see, with the bonnet and that, and but we'll get this all sorted out and see you in the next one. So, yes, this is a while later. As you can see, it's a bit later on in the evening. But and the truck looks very different now from when I left off. Yes, I glued up. After gluing all the bonnet, I'm after making little side pieces to fill in the gap, and I went along with a Stanley blade and just cut off the excess glue. And that comes clean off. And it's looks pretty well. I'm after removing the stickers as well. And then this will all be rubbed down before I start painting it. So, you know. On the base, I've done a bit. I've split the chassis, as you can see. Not a whole lot of difference. Probably only a centimeter or two, but really, it's mad. It's amazing what even that does for a frame. So what I did was I just split it down the middle, and then just put 2 bars going straight to meet each other again, and just give it a good gluing over, so good and strong. Like that chassis will not break. And then I did cut down or glue on the seats. I don't know what's going on with that light. Keeps flashing in at it. Like there it goes again. Must be something just reflecting off it. I don't know what it is, but it's going on pretty well. Also I've put a cover. What is that? I don't know what that light is. Sorry about that. Yeah. I'm after putting just a piece of metal over the traction box. Even though I took the cog out, so this is no more of the has no more free running, or is left more free. But I left it in it for weight, but I just covered in so when I'm painting it, all the cogs don't get painted up with paint. I'm also putting on the hitch, the rear drawbar, and that's looking pretty well. I've cut out a little plate so that I can sit it down. Just bear with me, I'll just get the cab on to show. I know it's a very, very small looking back tailgate, or so I have to get on pretty well with this lorry. As you can see, that one really did come out well. This one, alright, it's just with a chrome pen. In the last clip you've seen, I did extend the frame, but I ended up actually I practically just bent it wrong, so that, and I know you're looking at that bar is actually supposed to be represent the drive shaft. That's not. I got to do with the chassis pieces are under here. This plate, I had to cut it, split it in half again, and redo it again. Just size them up and just say, right, that is level, because the truck was looking a bit too forward or a bit too back, and it looked too much like a dragster, and I didn't want that. I wanted a nice level Unimog. So once I got the frame fitted properly, I started working on this, which is the tipper bed on it. It'll be perfect size, and I've just had to gluing this together, so I'm very happy with this so far. On the back, I started putting on the mud guards. As you can see, I just incorporated them into the mud flaps. So I'll end up painting red brake lights on the back with the mud flaps attached. The drawbar fits perfect, works great. So big difference now. So big difference. So yeah, I did paint it in the green coat. I ended up actually giving it 3 coats of this matte dark green that went on the tipping trailer, but it came out very well on this. And then I masked it, and then I painted it a stripe going along either side in yellow. It's very bold colour, but it looked well. And then I end up painting the allies, even though they don't look like they're painted. I did paint them. Also, well, it's not fixed down yet. I'm going to fix it down, the bed of it, as well as the front when it's finished. I fitted in the glass. The glass fitted straight in, no bother to it, and then a rear glass as well. So yeah, glass is done. I end up painting the seats actually grey as well. Painted them grey. I'm gonna put in my steering wheel in a while, and then put my exhaust and manifold out the back here. Exhaust, let that focus. I painted the hitch as well in the yellow, just give it a bit more highlighted. But overall, this truck is becoming very, very well, and I'll show you a couple other things I've done to it now. So I'm going to fit on these. These are spotlights for the front. It's very dark. I don't know why. It's very, very dark. I painted the front of them green so they look well when they're fitted. They just pop in these little holes on the top, and then I have this grey bull bar. I painted it. So finally finished. Yes, everything is attached, and all I can say is wow. So since I left off, I bolted the body or the bed to the axle, or to the chassis. Only one bolt. It was tightened enough so it won't really rock. So it's secure. I put on these little fittings. This was on it beforehand. It was, I think that's a snorkeler piece, and then I made this exhaust for it just there not too long ago. I cut it off and painted it white. I was going to paint it black, but then everyone else is painted black. It would just look a bit more stand out, and I didn't want to put a grey because then it matched the wheels. Just a bit different. It was a white, you know. To the front, I added in the little wing mirrors. Actually, that one's out of place. That one came out. I'll fix that later. But the wind mirrors look really well with the truck. Finish it off. The bull nose looks brilliant. On the inside of the cab, I've done a bit more detailing. I've painted the seats brown. I've put in my steering wheel on the right hand side, like I said I would. I put a new gear stick in it. Even though there's the original gear stick, I put in this gear stick. It doesn't look too thick. It's just a gear shifter. So yeah, pretty good. I've put in the ball hitch as well, the drawbar. So yeah, now I can say she's finished. And I just say, can't believe it. I based this on a real, no real life truck. In fairness, but I did see one image of a truck and I went, that is a nice colour. It was a Mercedes Unimog that had a very long bed on it, and it was the same colour as this, green, and it had white stripe on the side and grey wheels, and I just went, that is a nice colour scheme. I'll go with that. Since I had the colours as well, it didn't really cost much. I did buy the grey, but that only cost a couple of euro in a hobby shop, so everything worked out great. And to think that this cab at one time was a cab Ford truck. I have a bit of a front bonnet on it now, and yeah, let's just say it has come a long way. Okay, overall I'm very happy with this. I really am. I'm happy to see the end of it too. It was kind of playing my mind. I said that I want to get it done and concentrate on some of the other models, because I've been giving this a lot of attention. One downfall, well, I wouldn't say downfall, but what I wanted to have was a tipper that could tip on the back. But look, I did try reverting it to make it a tipper, but the hinges didn't work just here down the back. The dirt wouldn't attach right, and it would either raise the bed too high that it wouldn't connect up with the frame. It'd end up like having a centimetre gap, and it looked too high up and a bit. And I didn't want to make a dumper. I wanted to make a Unimog. So yeah, and I'll show you now on the layout. So yeah, she's started attaching it to the to my Lolo trailer. This Lolo trailer still needs to be finished with a set of ramps to go on the back, but it's okay for the time being. But it really looks well with the Unimog. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, good luck.